Well, I think it addresses several concerns. It addresses inflation by lowering the sales tax on groceries. It provides relief in the 4% tax bracket, reducing the amount of income tax citizens pay. It also addresses it with a rebate by giving citizens back money they paid into the state based on their income taxes for 2021.
Would this not leave a big dent in the state budget if we take that much money out?
It doesn't. The way we've staggered it, we've phased in the 4% over a 4-year period, so it's about $46, $47 million a year. The first year is the biggest hit to the fund because basically you're eliminating the 2% grocery tax, which is about $118 million a year. So we think it's responsible. We've used that number that we've put in there for the grocery tax reduction and the phasing out the 4%, and it does leave us room to do the things we've talked about, raising education, teacher pay, all the priorities we've set forth. It covers all that.
You've had a chance by now, I'm sure, to look at the House Pass plan. How would you compare those?
We just got the bill down here last week. It's been assigned to the committee. I've not looked through it thoroughly as we have been working on our plan, really working with LBO and our Department of Revenue to make sure that our numbers work, to make sure that we're not putting a strain on the services that we are expected to provide. So I think that once we pass this bill, we'll have time to look at their bill. Our deadline to get this bill out of committee is February 19th off the floor. So there is time. We've got 2 months left in the session, and this will be a long, kind of an extended period where we can go through both plans and talk about them and lay them out side by side and see what works and what doesn't.
Will there be any triggers on the 4%?
No triggers. We phase it straight out. We take all that into consideration, and we do not put a trigger in the bill. It starts next calendar year, and we'll go through 4 years and be fully implemented. And I want to remind y'all, this plan, fully implemented, will actually be totally implemented before we implement the 2016 tax cut. We're still cutting $30 million a year for the franchise tax. That was the largest tax cut in Mississippi history, and we're year 4 of 10 of that. So this is an aggressive tax relief package that we're putting forward. I think it answers the call to a lot of concerns people have with inflation, about income tax, and it also provides money back in the form of a rebate.
Would the cities lose money with a reduction to grocery tax?
Say that again?
Would the cities lose tax revenue?
No, this plan makes them whole. It gives them the extra percentage on the money that they're not receiving. That was factored in.
How important was it for this plan to not include any kind of a swap like we did see in the House plan?
Well, I think talking to my colleagues, a lot of them were concerned about that, and we wanted to do something kind of based off the 2016 tax cut. I think it was a good roadmap on how to cut taxes responsibly. We pay for it, and we do it as quickly as possible.
So we basically look at probably a committee where you guys have to compare plans and try to work out a compromise?
That's the process I believe we're going to be headed towards.
Anything about the House plan you don't like?
No, I haven't really gone through it in total. I think there's a lot of moving parts to any tax plan. There's a lot of different levers to pull. We're trying to focus ours on what we can afford to pay for and not cut any services that are expected from your government.
Do you think the House would do what with the car tag fee?
It just removes the state from collecting any fees on car tax.
So you think the House plan would cut some government services, or?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I'm just saying our plan is what we've been working on. We've been working on something that's fiscally responsible. Worked with the Chairman of Appropriations extensively, our Legislative Budget Office, and the Department of Revenue. All the numbers we've received and basically planning out what our priorities are. We feel like this is something that we can absorb. We can get back to the taxpayers, and it's responsible, and it doesn't raise the taxes on anybody.
Would counties still be collecting on car tax?
Yes, through their Avalon. Yes.
Just me county.